Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I want to review this JVC soundbar with wireless subwoofer. This is really awesome. I've been looking at this for some time, and the price, it has been going up, so I decided I'd buy one. So I already have a JVC 58 TV, which I was supposed to do a review on, but I never got the chance to do that review as yet. But then this came out, and this was priced at around I believe it was $1,400 TT dollars, which is divide that by 6 to about $250 US. So this thing claims to have 300 watts of peak power, and it seemed to be a pretty decent price locally here. So on the box, as we can see quickly, it is of course JVC the brand, and we see Bluetooth as an icon here, and it is the THKY636B model, and it says a soundbar with wireless subwoofer, which is, I guess, kind of nice because I didn't even look at this when I bought it. I just bought it because this was a really well-priced soundbar and subwoofer available. Anyways, so the price, the feature, it seems, is that the soundbar can communicate with the subwoofer, and it does so wirelessly without cable, which is kind of nice. I would say that's kind of cool, right? But anyways, the specs actually says as well, Bluetooth 5.3, it has the USB input, HDMI ARC, aux input, optical in, soundbar output. The soundbar output, so this, the soundbar is this piece here. The soundbar output is 30 watts by 2 RMS, right? So, I mean, 30 watts doesn't sound like a lot, but I suspect it's gonna, overall with everything else, it's gonna sound loud because it has the subwoofer output of 150 watts RMS, and has equalization functions, an LED indicator. Oh, and it does have remote control. I was wondering about the remote control part. So that's cool. So the box is fairly big. It's so big that I couldn't use my YouTube camera to get this in. So I do apologize for how this video is probably going to be. But there's nothing much more to say from looking at the box. So I'm just going to probably start to open it up. All right. So there's two ways I'm seeing. There's a way on the top to open the soundbar part, not the soundbar, sorry, the subwoofer, and then it's one box, by the way, guys, and it's fairly heavy. I don't think there's a weight on it, but you can lift it. A guy could lift this, hopefully, a strong woman even, right? Don't want to be sexist, but it has at least, maybe, I would say this is at least 10 pounds or not. So just shipping this alone would have been too expensive for me to ship it by myself or through air freight, and so again, it's a good deal. But we'll get to it. I'm going to unbox it quickly. And so there's just this part here that I'm seeing, and I don't know. Okay, so they taped the part that this part should open up in. All right. All right, so this is what it looks like. The bar, I just took out the bar. You probably would have seen that. The top of the box, it actually came here like this, in the box. This has some cords and stuff, which we'll probably have to we'll have to look at it. But what I wanted to look at was what is behind. So at the back of it, I should turn this around so you could properly see this. These are the ports that are available. It looks like it has the optical, which I've never really used the optical before, so I don't really know how to use that. I don't have optical cable to test that one out. It does have HDMI ARC. It does have a USB port, 5 volts, 500 milliamps. Has an aux input. Of course, it has Bluetooth, which means it's wireless as well. And this seems to be the power cable, the power port here. So it seems that this has a built-in adapter inside of it, right? Because if it just has the cable to go in here, I could be wrong about that, but we'll double check that when we look at it. But again, JVC, it says 5 volts, 500 milliamps. It says 100 to 240 volts, 50/60 hertz, And I called out the model previously, so you could probably have a look at it. It is made in China, and it says jvcelectronics.com. Now, the good thing about this, it says it's made in China. Some JVC products are not made in China, and it's really difficult to get information about it. But good to see that this one is made in China. All right, so not, you could see that there's actually some, like it feels like soft padding, but it's also rubber on the outside that is supposed to keep grip when you put this in front of the TV, which of course we'll do that in a little bit, right? So that is the main part, the soundbar part, which is supposed to be 30 watts per channel. I'm assuming that how they did it was maybe they have some speakers 30 watts here and some speakers in there 30 watts as well. All right, nothing too special in terms of what might be occurring here in terms of what a soundbar is. But of course, some soundbars don't come with the subwoofer. So let's have a look at the subwoofer as well. What I did notice was the subwoofer, the speaker, which probably is standard for all, is at the underneath, and this is what it looks like. This looks like maybe 8 inches. I think it looks like an 8-inch subwoofer. That doesn't look bigger than that. Maybe even 6. Watch, my hand is not even as long as my hand. So I guess it's the box that really makes it boom, right? Done already getting some sweat on it. But yeah, it's sleek. Sorry about the video. As I said, I'm using my hand to do this. But yeah, it looks sleek. It has just the little JVC brand. I don't think I see anything else here. Yeah, okay, so of course there's the boom hole, so to speak, which does the output, right? Now what I do see on the back here is one button to pair, and of course another power. So it seems that this comes with two power cables, right? So you need to have a power. You need to power this separately than this because it's wirelessly going to connect and do what it has to do. And then there's a pair button I would assume that you just press, and that will pair this to this. All right, but this looks like maybe this has the most amount. The soundbar itself is what has the most amount of logic and computing in it, the Bluetooth stuff. And also when I look at the bottom of this one, it actually, even though they claim 300 watts, this is only 60 watts. So again, you know, these advertising, right? Advertising. Let's just hope that it's doing what this has to do. Now, they also gave this piece, which actually has all of the different parts into it. So I'm gonna have to roll this out one-handed again. Super skills, right? Super skills, guys. All right, and here we have the remote. Nothing too fantabulous. Remotes from JVC are not always great, but we'll see how this one works. That was the only complaint I had with this remote that I got from the 58-inch. It's really bad, but other than that, the TV is really good. But coming back here, so this remote just has like simple things like rewind, fast forward. I don't even know why it has that. Well, maybe because you could use USB and stuff like that. You have a play button, a up down button, power source as well, mute, and voice, music. Wow, Bluetooth, bass. Wow. Okay, so it has a few things here. We'll have to play around with it. I don't see batteries. Yeah, there's batteries included in here. 1 second while I open this up. All right, back again. All right, so as you can see, we got the batteries. We got some screws. I don't know what these screws are for. Boy, am I confused. Why are there screws? I don't even see any reason for the screws as yet. But we'll keep them. There's some brackets here. Oh, there's some sort of metal bracket here. Maybe you could bracket this to the TV. I have no clue. Didn't see the instructions. The instructions is actually just this little piece of paper, which probably I'll look at that. So if there's anything useful, I'll let you guys know. All right, but yeah, 2 power cables as suspected, as we thought of. 2 power cables. They seem fairly long. Looks like if I were to average at least 3 feet in length, which is all right considering. And you do get the aux cable. Not that we'll probably be using the aux cable. Or maybe we will. Maybe we will use the aux cable. I'll see if the JVC TV has an aux cable. But I'm kind of interested in knowing what the Bluetooth will do, because the JVC TV came with a Google TV, which should have Bluetooth, but I also have a Fire Stick on it, so that should be able to do that part as well. Wow. So that's it. Let's see how it works when we hook all of this up. All right, so one of the hard things I might not be able to show you guys is the length of the cable. I just pulled out the length of the power cables. Both of them are the same length, which is good. And both of them seem to be about 5 feet long, which is good because it needs to, sometimes power is on the ground and you need to power it up from the ground, okay? Okay guys, so there's one thing that I had an issue with. As you could see, something looks weird here, right? So this is the TV here, and the Bluetooth, I had to actually put it on this, the drawer, right? And the reason is this Bluetooth, soundbar is actually that much in height. All right, and the issue is that if it goes there, it blocks. If you see underneath there, it blocks the remote control. So even though this is a JVC soundbar, unfortunately, JVC TVs are too short. At least this one that I have is too short for this one, because if I put the soundbar there, I no longer can control the TV. So that's one of the things that you should be aware of if you're going to purchase this soundbar. And with that being said, I will get to audio performance next. So stay tuned as we get to audio performance, and you see an example. I already have NCS already hooked up, so you could probably have an idea. This will not be give you a perfect justice to the sound, but at least it will show you the difference between what comes from the TV and what comes from the box. The box there is on the side, and also this soundbar. Right? So stay tuned. All right, so we're going to begin the audio test. Before we begin the audio test, I just want to show you guys, this is what the remote is. Now, the up and down is the audio, right? I've already switched to Bluetooth, but I'll show you. You can switch to Bluetooth using this button here, which is like the source button. And the cool thing about this, check this out, is when you hit the source button, it goes through the source, and you can it actually says it out loud what it does. So optical,
HDMI ARC,
USB mode, aux in mode. Now I notice every time I change the source, it goes up in volume for some reason. That is not the effective volume that when you control the up and down volume. That's just the volume of whatever speaks, right? It sounds like AI, this guy, but it's not. It's just plain, right? And we're going to go back to Bluetooth mode. All right, so when we're on Bluetooth mode, as you can see, I already have it connected. See, it says it's paired. All right, I don't know if you can see that. We can zoom in a little bit more and you can see it, right? So I already paired it. It did not require any password or anything like that. And when I plugged it in, it automatically, I zoomed in, right? So when I paired it, it automatically connected to the box. I didn't even have to press the pair button on the box. So it's automatically connected wirelessly, right? Just by, when I say wirelessly, the soundbar wirelessly connects to the subwoofer, but each one of them has to have their own power cord going to the back of the TV, which I didn't show you guys because I didn't think that was really useful per se. All right, so I'm going to switch off the Bluetooth, and so you could hear what the normal audio sounds like. And I'm hoping that this song, I'm gonna go with maybe this song because it's a more popular song, but I don't want to get copyright striked, right? So I want to show you what this is going to do. Before I forget that, so on the remote as well too, the equalizer that they described, you could only adjust the bass down or up, right? And these are the equalizer buttons as well. So it's preset, right? That's what I was trying to get at. It's preset. You can't actually change, like, you can't actually adjust the heights, the mids, the bass manually. All you could do is change to one of these presets, or, well, you could change the bass manually. You can't change the heights manually. All right. With that being said, this is what the TV sounds like if I play a song. Let's hope that you can hear it there. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. I am about 6 to 8 feet, about 8 feet away from what you're hearing there. All right. And I could tell just from listening to this, only because I have the soundbar now, that this quality is much lower, as you will hopefully be able to see. I don't know, we'll see, right? So that is TV volume at about halfway on the TV line, all right? It's about halfway on the TV line there. Now I'm gonna switch on the Bluetooth. It's gonna activate, it's on. All right, so it's Bluetooth. It's going to connect back.
Device paired.
Again, that is a whole lot different in sound. It's like night and day. It's like absolutely wide. The sound is really, really wide. Like before it was just feeling like it was one straight line, and now it feels like it's all here. All right, I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if you'll hear the bass. But this is, the distance between me and this box volume is at 5 out of, I think, 15. let's just pause for a second. All right, so this is at 5 out of 15. So this is less than half of what the TV had, and that's what you get. So it's quite loud. You don't feel the loudness as you go extremely high up, at least not with music. But I want to show you guys further, right? But I'll just give you a sample again. At 5 out of what I think is 15. Let's see what the max is. I think the max is 15, right? And we were at 5. Now this 5 is the Fire Stick giving me the Bluetooth signal 5, right? Oh, sorry, you see it at the top there. Now on the actual device, it's at 11, and the maximum device it could go up to is 30. So let's say 1/3 of the volume is that. And we're gonna go back and play again, and let's see what happens when we play. And I'm gonna show you the equalizer. Very clean heights.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head.
All right. Now I'm with the remote here. I'm gonna change to movie. Notice the heights is much higher. Again, heights is like actually too high. I wish there was a way to adjust the heights. But it works. It's good that the heights are higher than the bass. Notice when I'm going to change to voice. See, more bass now, more lower. Looks like it adjusts to the mids, because you know when you're speaking it's the mids. And now we're going for bass. For music. Oh yeah. Alright, so there's full bass there. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna try to adjust the bass. Oh, it's on the top bass there. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna crank it up even louder so you can see. I don't know if what will happen, but I cranked it up at a time where we had already finished the song, so I'll have to start back this song. Alright, let's see if we could play this back. This is at volume. This is about 1/3. Alright? And we're gonna go into music mode. Alright? Alright, so you're hearing it there. And alright? A few seconds later, we're gonna crank it up to loud. It's loud. It's loud enough. How loud? I'm gonna pause there. So how loud is it? It's about as loud as you want. Okay, like I now realize I'm speaking even louder as well. But yeah, it's enough to probably wake up someone who is in the other room for sure. This is a 20 by 20 room, 20 by 20 feet room. At the distance of 8 feet, you could feel the boom. It's not like a movie boom, but I would say this is comparable to even like a basic cinema. Like when I say a basic cinema, if you were to go to a cinema and be in this distance and feeling the speakers, it's really good for 2.1 audio. It's excellent. So I would definitely recommend it. I'm not recommending because I bought it. I made this video so that you guys will know what you're getting into. The only thing that I had the issue with is that the width of the sound, the height of the soundbar, and putting it over on top. If I were to put it over, it would block the remote signal. So if you do have a TV where the remote receiver is on the right hand side or the left hand side, you will have no problem with this soundbar. I really like it, and I think I will use it for more than this. I bought it. Really, I hardly use the TV for movies as much as I probably I'm gonna use my setup here, my computer setup, for doing video editing and of course all of that other stuff. But again, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope that this helps you out. Sorry if it was longer than you expected, but it works really well. Oh, and one other thing, I did actually test to see whether two Bluetooths can connect. It cannot. So what I see that they designed it in such a way that you could unpair with this button here. You could pair and unpair with this button. And there's also a Bluetooth option to choose, so you could switch to Bluetooth really fast. So the reason why you would want to unpair really quickly is, like, let's say you are connected to the TV, but you want to connect to your phone and listen to something on your phone while you're watching TV, you could just unpair here than having to go and switch it off and reset it and stuff like that. So that's really nice. There's not a lot of more features that I could talk about. Those are most of the features. And so with that being said, please make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys again soon on another episode of RTHD coming to your YouTube screen near you. Take care. Bye-bye.